So they're like, yo, so they're like, you know Kevin Hart? I'm like, yeah, I got his number in my phone right now. I call him. They was like, call him. I was like, yeah, call him right now. I get on the phone. I'm calling him like, watch. He gonna pick up. Watch. And I'm calling.
The number you have reached, 3431749, has been changed.
Yo, when I tell you, my heart, I was like, yeah, maybe I dialed the wrong number. Hold on, let me dial it again.
And even if the person is divorced,
wow,
you can't date your friend's ex-wife or ex-husband.
Yeah, exes are off limits.
It just creates a tension and a friction and an awkwardness that
off limits.
That's just it's off limits. It's just tacky.
Welcome back to another episode of the Unignorant Podcast. I am your host, Chris Williams, and I'm joined with my beautiful, wonderful Jamaican queen,
Akila Williams.
But this episode, man, this is a really good episode. Yeah, we're recording. Don't be sending me no gang signs. Are we like you sent up some gang? We are recording. You didn't.
I'm gonna need you to let me know when you're recording.
No, sweetie, you work for me. Okay, when you see me start talking, the show has began. Okay, you got to be ready at all times with me. I might just start recording late at night while you're sleeping.
That's creepy.
I'll run up in your face with a mic while you sleep. You're like, yeah, girl. So what do you think about the economic situation? Wake up, girl. We're doing a podcast right now. It's 2:00 in the morning. If you don't get that mic out my face. But this episode, man, we talking about friends. How many of us have them? Now, for those that are hip hop heads and old heads, see, I wasn't born yet. I don't know, but I heard. Oh, you just gonna laugh and like I'm.
You heard, huh?
You trying to say I was 13 when this song came? Talk about you don't know this song, brother. You was in high school, brother.
Had it on a cassette tape.
You didn't know. Listen, this is an old school song. I was young. I was alive, but I was young, real young. Okay, and for those that know, by Houdini. We can't. I wish I could play the music, but I don't want Houdini to show up like a real Houdini wanting some money,
asking for their royalties.
Asking for that royalty. So, y'all remember the song "Friends"? How many of us have them? Friends. That was a hit. That was one of the hit songs.
I don't even know who those people are.
That's when they rap like, "Brother, well, to a kid to come to the place when the better, but the and then what you got to what the thing, and then that's the point of the D."
I'm pretty sure that is not.
Well, they use words. You know, they use words. I didn't use. You know, I was just showing you that was the way they rapped back in the days, and they rapped about happy things. I'm going to the store to get some chips and some ding. I was gonna say the wrong thing. That would have came out wrong to rhyme with the ding. Anyway. But you know, that was a song that came out back in 1984. And this year we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I'm going to add my own sounds, man. I got the thing. Don't make it seem like this is a poor podcast. They ain't got, oh my gosh, they ain't got no sound effects. They be just doing their own sound effects. What is going on that podcast? We send them some money. They got a PayPal or a Cash App. Next thing you know, we go online. We see a GoFundMe set up. Like, wait, are they setting up a GoFundMe for our podcast? What is? We didn't ask for this, but let the Lord use you. We could use a new mic, hey man. We could use a new mic, but this is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So shout out to all the hip hop heads out there that's been around. Because you got Jay-Z and them, they dudes 51, Busta Rhymes, all of them, they still rapping.
That's good though.
But if you're 50, you shouldn't be talking about the same thing you was talking about when you was 20. I don't,
Yeah, I agree with that.
That has to.
You should mature.
You should be mature.
Like, yeah, your rap should.
Your rap should be about stocks and investments.
Credit.
But you see Jay-Z tried that on an album. Everybody dogged him out. Yo, that's whack. Yo, nobody want to hear that. 50 Cent. Nobody want to hear that. Now look at 50 now, dressed up in ties and suits. But I like the new 50.
I do like the new 50.
I like the new 50. 50 is maturing.
Yes.
And I like that he's real. Sometimes the old him come out, he go, that's the old 50. That my bad. I ain't mean that. But I like the new 50, man. But I used to rap though, right?
Oh, here we go.
No, wait. Come on.
Oh gosh.
Kayla, I used to rap. Like I used to spit bars. Like I was in the street. I was in the trenches.
Straight treacherous.
I was in the mud. I always wanted to say. I hear rappers say that, and I was like, "Dad, I wish I was from the mud so I could say, yo, I was from the mud." You know what I'm saying? My mother was on crack. My father was dealing drugs in the back of the shop. You know what I mean? Like, no, you didn't live that life, brother. You was in the suburbs. You didn't have that life. Your mother was fine. She was working at New York Life. You was good. Your father was a plumber. You was good.
Oh, God.
But I used to rap. All right, give me how much? Okay, we got a little time. Give me a word, and I'm gonna rap right now about that word. And make the word simple. Don't try to kill me.
Yeah,
I just want to prove to you because you act like you didn't know that I could really rap.
Please stop. That's the word.
Those are 2 words.
Well, I'm giving you 2. If you're a rapper,
Okay.
like you said you are, I'm giving you 2 words.
Oh.
Please stop.
Please stop. Yo, check it. Ooh, yo, feel this. Yo, you laughing? Now hold up. I just close my eyes just to think about my rhyme, and I look up. I open my eyes and I see you giggling. Like, you know what? I'm not doing it now. Now you just killed my whole dreams. I had dreams of becoming a rapper and everything. Because of you, I'm no longer doing it.
Because of me, huh?
Yeah. You have killed my dreams. You were supposed to be my friend, and because of you, I'm no longer doing it.
But a real friend is going to tell you the truth. And you suck.
Wow.
That's not your gifting. Okay, let's just put it this way.
Okay.
That's not your calling.
Yeah.
You're more of the comedic, variation of
Gotcha.
artistry.
So rap wasn't my calling.
No, you weren't called.
Now I know this, right? But that's real. As a friend, you would tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Now I could take that truth and still try to, go after a rap career at my age and fail. Or I could take that truth and go, you know what? Maybe she's right. She's on the outside listening. I'm on the inside thinking I'm dope, and I'm not. So that's what real friends would do. So we're going to talk about friendship here today, man. Friends, how many of us have them? Do we have real friends in our lives? And we need friends. We need friends and family. It's essential. And people, you got people that say, "Oh, I don't need any friends. I don't need nobody in my life. I don't need nobody." Be careful what you ask for. Because I was doing some research. Because see, now I'm a professional podcaster. Episode number, what episode is this, by the way?
I think it's 4.
Number 4.
I think it's
okay.
4.
See, I knew it was 4 because why? I'm a professional.
And you did your research.
And I did some research. I did research for all episodes, but this one I really dug in. I really was like zoned out. I went to the library. People were walking by, said, "Sir, don't walk here. I'm doing research. Go around the back, please. I don't want nobody in my vision." As I got my laptop out, a guy came next to me with a Dell computer. I said, "Sir, this is only MacBooks. You gotta go. You gotta go over in the back near the dumpster. Yeah, go sit over there with your Dell. This is MacBook section right here, brother. We're doing research."
Dell, if you would like to sponsor us, ignore him.
Yeah. By the way, Dell, if you would like to sponsor one of our episodes, listen, we love the Dell computers. We think they're a great device for people all around the world, even myself. This has been an episode of Dell. No, but I did some research on loneliness, and I didn't know that this is a major, like it's a silent, they're calling it a silent epidemic. Loneliness. Who would think?
Yeah.
Everybody has somebody, but when you have somebody, you're not even thinking about people unless you know of someone who is lonely.
Yeah.
Right? Research shows that those with strong friendship tend to have better mental and physical health. Larger social networks lower our risk of premature death in the same ways that exercise and dieting does.
Wow.
Like, that's crazy. Like, loneliness can kill you, right?
Yeah.
So check this out. It says loneliness and social isolation can have profound effects on an individual's physical and mental health, potentially leading to an increased risk of mortality by 30%. 30%?
Wow.
That's crazy,
That's
right?
a lot.
And they're comparing that to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Chronic loneliness has been associated with higher rates of cardiovascular disease, weakened immune systems, and elevated levels of stress hormones. Also, social isolation can contribute to the development of depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions, which can worsen physical health issues and lead to suicidal thoughts or actions.
My God.
I was ignorant about this silent epidemic.
I didn't even know it was a thing until we did the research.
And I've done the research. We did the research?
Well, you did the
This
research.
is my research. You have your own.
You did the research and shared it. with
Look at
me.
this. Just like a woman to take over everything. Fellas, listen, I'm telling you, they take over everything. I got my favorite mug. She take the mug. They got my favorite shirt. Do you wear
It's
this
not
shirt?
a takeover. It's a borrow.
See, y'all call it borrow, but then it's on your side of the room, your side of the closet.
It's a permanent borrowing.
You women are wicked. Anyway, back to what's going on here with
Yes,
the
yes.
silent epidemic and loneliness. The U.S. government estimates that 162,000 Americans die each year from loneliness and social isolation. Never knew this. Totally ignorant, living my life not knowing that. Because, no one complain. You don't talk to people that complain about loneliness.
No.
Not every day.
No.
But this is something that's actually happening. I mean, when COVID hit, and look, it's not just elderly. They're saying it's also in, it's common across the board for 20 to 80-year-olds.
Wow. Wow.
And even younger. Because didn't we get a letter or something from the school or email?
Yeah, after the COVID hit, they sent a whole write-up saying that kids may experience more depression or anxiety because they're apart from their friends. So they had counselors ready to do Zoom with you. They had, resources for the kids.
Yeah.
But the rate of divorce, I'm sorry, not divorce, the rate of depression and isolation and anxiety in kids increased.
Wow.
And
And this
so
is elementary school,
this is-
or was it the?
this is in kids across the board.
Wow. Because we have a child in elementary school
Yeah.
and junior high school.
Yeah.
How does that sound to you that we have a child in junior? I just said that and I'm like, wait, when did we have a child? Wait, in junior high, the little kid that was just crawling. Junior high and elementary school,
Last year in junior high too.
and he's going to be going to high school.
Next year, yeah,
That's crazy.
that
to
is
me.
bananas.
Time is just going. So, check out when COVID hit. We had to keep our social distance to reduce the spread of the disease, but social distancing caused greater loneliness and social isolation, which increased the risk of suicide, substance abuse, obesity, and more.
Wow.
Because people are home, they're inside.
Yeah.
We see some videos online where people were just home getting lit. Whatever they was taking to deal with the loneliness. Some couples, there was probably a high divorce rate
Divorce rate, yeah.
because some just find out, you know what, I really don't like you.
We married for how long?
I'm stuck in this room with you every day, this house, and no, I hate you.
Yeah.
So we saw during COVID, like, we really need people. We need other people. People would be online saying, man, look what we did. We went live on Instagram.
Yes, we
and
did.
that was a big thing. I looked forward to getting online and watching whatever show. So whoever had the most hypest show, I was in the comments, comment with other people, right?
Versus, remember Versus?
Versus, that's when Versus took off.
Yep.
That was like a huge thing for us. It was us gathering online. Zoom went up. Zoom calls and whichever software there was, that went up big time. Everybody was using Zoom and FaceTimes. Or
We had
whatever.
a Google one too. I forgot which one. it was.
Google Meets, I think
Yes,
that's what
yes.
it's called. Right? I don't know if you ever saw, there was a video. It was like this this neighborhood, and everybody was on the balcony, and they started singing. Right? 'Cause we're stuck. This is
Yeah.
when it was locked down.
Yeah.
And they were singing, and one person had the guitar, one person had the drums, one person had like they was really out there singing
Yeah.
because we just need other people. People were going by grandma's house,
Yeah.
right? Because remember the elderly you didn't want to go by grandma and give grandma a hug, and you have COVID and don't even
Yeah.
know you have COVID, and then grandma's no longer with us.
Even graduations, they used to do drive-bys,
Right.
remember? And
Right.
it was just like they used to just camp outside the school or drive by someone's house who graduated
Yes.
and just honk the horns, and it just made you feel less lonely with just a honk.
Right.
Isn't that
Like
crazy?
you're just seeing the
you
people.
wanted the honk.
Yes.
You just wanted some kind of interaction, some kind of connection with
Yes.
people.
But COVID was real. People even had parties.
Yep.
Remember, we were like, oh, they gonna get COVID because COVID is in there. We made it seem like COVID was a person. We was like, oh, yep, COVID's in there. Look at COVID right there by the bar, making a drink. COVID is in there making a drink. He over there mixing a drink with cough medicine. That's what COVID's doing over there. He's in the party. They gonna get it.
Even when people were like, oh, you want to come over and hang up? Like, no.
Right.
Like, why would I? Like, COVID is there.
Yeah, we like we made COVID a COVID's over there. Don't you go over that person's house. He in there right now, looking right there in the window. You see him? Mm-mm. I'm driving off. COVID is killing people. Don't mess with COVID. But we are wired to have community, man.
Yes, we are.
I believe we really are wired to have people like, I need you. Friendship, we need friends. We need people in our lives. But here's the thing. Have you ever thought someone was a friend to you and they really weren't?
Yes, I have.
Be feeling away.
I'll be feeling away.
Because here's the thing with me. Growing up, I thought everyone was my friend. Everyone that I met, and
Yeah.
if I had some type of interaction, that's my friend.
I think I felt the same way too. And I think our kids are the same way like we are.
Yes.
We just think, oh, we had a conversation? Oh, we're besties.
We're friends. I had when I was small, I was in a camp, right? And I was playing frisbee with this girl. I told you this story before.
No, but why do you always
Yeah, because you know what? It's still.
have a story?
I think.
You always got a story,
Yeah,
bro.
because life. When you live life, you have stories. You go through stuff. Let me tell you something. I got at least 317 podcast episodes in me. You understand me? Because I got some stories. But I remember this girl. I'll never forget this girl. I played frisbee with her one day, and we're throwing it back and forth. It was a happy time. It was like a movie, and the sun is out. We're throwing the frisbee back and forth. And I'm young. I'm about 8, 9 years old, maybe. Throwing the frisbee back and forth, laughing, having a great time. Music is playing. And I went to the camp the next day, and I ran up to her like, hey, what's up? This girl looked at me like I was a roach. Like she just... You ever see a roach and go, ooh, like that? She was like, and then I think she pushed me. She's like, get away. And I was like, what do you mean? I was so hurt as a child and confused because this was my friend. I'm thinking this is my friend and you're just going to push me away?
I had a story like that too. When I was in the second grade, I mean, this girl, we were like best friends, man. Her father took me to school. My dad took her to school. We shared lunch together. We hang out together. We walked home together. So she was in a different class than me in second grade. And it was an assembly or something. Mm-hmm. And she had another friend in her class. And then she came over to my class and she was like, Akila, spell community. Right?
Wait, this is what grade?
Second grade. Now remind you, still learn how to spell, right? Still learn how to spell.
Right.
And she was like, spell community. And I was like, and I misspelled the word. This chick and her friend just started laughing at me. Like, I'm here to tell you, gig. And I'm standing there like, why are you laughing at me? You're my friend. Why did you bring another person over to make fun of me?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? That's cool. Then after school, she had the nerve talking about, you ready to go home? What? I was so mad, but I was so hurt because in my mind, she was my friend.
It's the worst.
It's the worst feeling ever.
It's the worst.
I know in second grade, you could tell it,
Yeah,
I'm still working.
Yeah, you're still working on that. That's okay.
If I see her now, bust her ass.
Remember that time you asked me to spell that word?
Pow.
Oh my God.
But I know how to spell community right now.
You
so.
better know how. Come on now. Listen, we're grown in here. Right? What about when this happens? And this has happened to me multiple times. And I'm gonna call this person's name just in case they hear this episode. Seeing somebody that you know and you run, it's been some years, right? But I'm so good with faces. I will forget your name, but I'll remember your face. And this one individual, I saw her at an event that I was hosting with Marlon Wayans. I was the host of the show, and Marlon Wayans was, I think he had the comedy TV show, and he did it in New York City. And this individual was there, a female, and I walked up to her and I'm like, and she's sitting there at the bar with two other women, and they're both all dressed up. It looked like a scene from like Atlanta Housewives or something, right? And I say to her, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she looks at me like, who are you? Like, why are you? I said, it's Chris. You don't remember me? And she's looking at me like, no, I don't. I said, we used to go on auditions together. We used to call each other for auditions, and you came to my shows and I came to your show. Totally did not remember. Then went off and telling me, oh, well, I'm on Oprah now. I'm on the O, and we have a reality TV show. And she went into her whole resume like I asked her for it. But I'm like, what was her name?
Don't call her name.
No, I'm not going to call her name. But if she does hear it,
She knows who
Shanoa.
she is.
Her name was Shanoa. No. Well, she needs to know this. Shanoa Maxwell was her name.
Oh my God.
Yeah, whole name government.
You get sued
For what?
for calling her name.
For calling her, I could call her name. That's her name. She's an actress. She wants her name out there. And she didn't remember me at all. Totally forgot. And I was like, and then it happened again at another time. And I said, you know what? I am no longer, if I see you and I remember your face, I am not saying anything to you anymore. Why? Because I'm not going through that. And I got to.
Awkward.
It's awkward. And then the other two girls was like, oh, what is he trying? He's trying to pick up with that corny line. Like, no, I'm not. I know this person. So I no longer do that, man.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, you have friendships that last and some that don't. Even for instance, like with Kevin Hart. Me and Kev was good friends. This was before Kev was Kev, like Kevin Hart, the Kevin Hart. Now we were doing, when we first met, we were doing the movie Paper Soldiers,
Okay.
and we clicked. Like there was a connection. Like, yo, this was my brother that I never met. And I remember Damon Dash was like, yo, y'all know each other? And I'm like, nah, this is the first time we met doing the reading, because we were doing the reading. He goes, y'all chemistry is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, well, we clicked, whatever. And so after we shot and we became friends, and, he's like, yo, I'm in town, I'm doing something. All right, I'm coming down. I even went to a couple of his open mics and everything. And he actually was teaching me how to do stand-up. He actually hooked up a show for me to do one time. Forget the name of the spot in the Village. Totally bombed, right? But he still gave me an opportunity. Like, yo, let my man Chris up. He's trying to, let him open up for the other acts. And totally bombed that show. But this was my boy. That season of my life, this was my boy. So one time I'm out somewhere and they're like, yo, you was in the movie. I was like, yeah, did that movie years ago, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really feeling the vibe. So they're like, yo, they're like, Kevin Hart? I'm like, yeah, I got his number in my phone right now. I call him. They was like, call him. I was like, yeah, call him right now. Like I always do, because I always would call him and we would always talk. I get on the phone, I'm calling him, like, watch, he gonna pick up, watch. And I'm calling.
The number you have reached, 3431749, has been changed.
Yo, when I tell you, my heart, I was like, yeah, maybe I dialed the wrong number. Hold on, let me dial it again. This boy number changed, but this is when he started blowing up too, because I was watching him blow up. I was like, okay, it's happening. This is happening right now for Kevin, right? Because he would be like, yo, I'm in town, I'm doing Caroline's. Come on down to Caroline, hang out with us. But after that, it was like, well, this is my dude. We talk to each other when we can. And that night when he didn't pick up that phone, and then I was going on social media trying to, no answer. And I'm like, oh snap, maybe this is it. Because I was like, well, maybe, maybe he got some things going on. But I became bitter because it was a friendship that I had with this dude, and he no longer was, I didn't have his number anymore. And I became bitter. I felt like, the friend who didn't get the memo, right? And so in my mind, I was like, well, this is my boy. He's blowing up, and I believe he should help me out. Help me out. This is something I need some help. Maybe we could do a film together. We could do something. And I felt like he owed me something.
Yeah. Because
he's my friend and he's now at a different level. But what happens is you got to realize that nobody owes you nothing.
Amen.
Nobody owes you nothing. Like, you have to do your own thing. You might be friends with somebody in one season and they move. Oh, that person changed. They're different now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're doing their thing. And if you're not doing your thing, you're going to feel a way like, yo, what's up? You're not taking me. And there was a reason for that, right? I would see him on shows and I would see him call like Ellen, his friend. And I'm sitting there like, Ellen? Like, I'm like Soulja Boy now. Ellen? You talk about Ellen as your friend? Like, I'm your real friend. That's not a friend. I was really mad for a season. I was really mad, like on some Tony Montana. Like, who put this friendship together? Me. That's who. Who was at your open mics when nobody was there? Me. That's who. Do you want a war? Okay, we're gonna war. We're gonna have a war. But I had to realize that he was a friend for a season.
Yeah.
And he worked his way to where he is today. Like, people, overnight. I know when he was doing shows and nobody was in the audience, and he would talk to me, Chris, this is how you do it. This is how you do stand up, man. You just work your jokes. And so I started hating on him. And the only time when people hate is when they ain't doing nothing for themselves. They are not happy with their current situation. So I was like, really, I was. This is how bad my hate was, because I could be petty. I could be really petty. Like, it was so bad. I was waiting for a bus one day. This is how it was. Because I'm in New York.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a bus, and the bus pulls up. Who's on the side of the bus?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart face and a promotion. I said, I ain't taking this bus. I ain't taking. I'll wait. Go on, bus driver. I'll take the next one. I don't want to take this one. Talk about ride along. I ain't ride along with him nowhere. Ride along. You ride along with Ice Cube. That's your friend. I was hating, right? Because a friend of mine is now everywhere. And I feel like, oh, well, he owes me something. He don't owe me nothing. Nobody. Listen, for those that might have a friend and you see a friend move on, it could be in corporate. This is happening all the time with many people.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody owes you nothing. You have to do your own thing, because nobody owes you nothing, man.
And sometimes it's not the friend. Okay, they're there for a season, but sometimes in their mind, they probably feel like, I'm making moves, I'm doing what I need to do to elevate myself, and you are not. So the dynamics of the relationship can change because you're sitting down thinking that, oh, life is just going to happen and everything's going to be good, where this person is actually putting into the hustle, putting in the grind, and they want to elevate, and they were like, okay, Chris, elevate, and you're not. So now they have to leave you behind.
I was working at a school. Like, what am I going to do?
You could have started a business, something.
But he called me one time like, Chris, I'm on the way to go to school.
Because he was on a different level.
Right. He's at the radio station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And it's hard to bring you along, especially when he's trying to climb.
Right.
It's hard to bring you along. So sometimes you can't really take that personal.
Right.
You know.
But at the time, I was. At the time, I'm like, yo, what you mean you're not? You know what I mean? But how many other people go through this in life? They hit a certain stardom. And it's like, yo, what's up? Like, Kev had friends that was probably from Philly with him, right? I met him in New York. He probably has friends from his childhood that's probably like, yo, what's up? Like, the pressure for them. So they ain't owe me nothing. I had to learn that. You learn that there are going to be people that are going to come into your life for a short season and a long season. Because I have childhood friends that if I get on the phone right now with them, we haven't talked in a while, but that connection is so strong.
Yeah.
Right? That connection with that friendship is so strong that we will stay on the phone for hours.
Yeah.
Talking about old times, talking about what's going on now. I was talking with a friend today. Shout out to Joe Vanderpool. You done knew him. Right? They Vanderpool and them. They Vanderpool. Right? And we were talking today, and he was letting me know what's going on with him and his life, right? But I said, bro, we'll hook up tomorrow. I'm going to shoot tonight, but we'll talk later. But we're getting on that phone. We're going to be on the phone for a good hour. And
God has been good to us. He's blessed us with some friends in this season, and even when we just got married, we were blessed with some good friends, a whole friends group of married people who were genuinely there for us when we needed them. So life has its ebbs and flows where you're going to meet friends for a lifetime and you're going to meet friends for a season, and that's normal. So you just have to just go with the flow. Yeah.
So what does a real friendship look like? Like, what does a real friend, like, how do you know you have a real friend?
Someone who can be honest with you for me is one of the first signs of friendship.
Okay.
Honest in a way where they're going to tell you the truth, and it's not a hate.
Right.
Because sometimes when a friend tells you the truth, if you are sensitive, or if you may think everything is an attack, and it's not. So a real friend is going to tell you the truth, right? So you may not want to hear it in the moment, but if you stop and sit and think and say, you know what, that person's right. I think that's one of the main characteristics of a friend. Like, if you know the person don't look good in a dress, tell the person. Right. Like, if I'm going outside and my belly's hanging out, please, for the love of Jesus Christ, let me know.
I'm like, babe, no, that ain't it.
Right?
That ain't it.
Tell me the truth. If you think I have an idea, a business idea, and you know it's stupid, say, Keela, that dumb.
Yeah.
Not in that so much work, but you know what I'm saying?
That was the harsh Jamaican.
Yeah, that's Jamaican me.
That's stupid. Go put it down.
Stop it.
That is a dumb idea. But you want to make a cookie and the cookie have a toy in it. What if somebody swallowed the toy? You're so stupid.
But Jamaicans are like that.
Yo,
We just tell you what it is.
the Jamaican will curse you out. That is a stupid idea.
That's dumb. Go sit down, right? So you need a friend that's gonna tell you. Like if you tell me that, I know that you don't mean nothing because I know your heart. Like I know you. I know you have my best intention at heart.
Right.
So I'm not gonna get offended. Now, if you're getting offended by everything your friend says, you have to check the dynamics of the relationship, or you have to say to yourself, is it me? Is it me who's being too sensitive, or is this person really being a friend?
Right.
Or is the person really showing you shade and you thought the person was a friend and they're not?
That's good too.
Right. So
I have a friend. This was back in the days. We was getting ready to go out, and I said we was in the living room. You know, we had our music playing. We're getting ready to hit the club. Right. Getting ready. I said, "Yo, Steve, Steve. This is Steve. Steve Bynum. For those, well,
you call everybody's name.
yeah, I'm calling everybody's name today. Everybody we gonna talk about it today. Everybody gonna get their name shouted out. Steve, my boy, Steve. Right. And I never look. This happened years ago, but I've never forgot this moment. That's why I knew this was a real friend. I went, took a shower, went and got dressed. Put on my pants, boom, shirt, blazer. I said, tonight I'm wearing the blazer. I just bought a brand new blazer. I walked out in this red blazer. I mean, when I tell you red, like it wasn't like a dark red. Like it was like red.
Like red, Crayola red?
Like Crayola red. Like the first red in the crayon, red. And I walked out, I said, yo, you ready? My man said, where you think you going with that Avis jacket? You parking cars tonight? Yo, bro. When I tell you, all I did was burst out laughing, and I put that red blazer away. I've never wore that again, ever. Because I'm not walking around looking like I work for Avis, bro. I'm going to a club. They're going to be like, you just came from work? No, I'm here to meet somebody. Like, I said never again. So that was the realest moment, and I said,
He's being a friend though.
That's being a friend. Like, bro, that wasn't the look.
If you're gonna come out with me, you can't wear the Avis jacket.
Right. Yeah. If you're coming out with me, bro, you ain't wearing no red jacket. No, we're not doing that. But that's a real friend. And if you have a bunch of yes man or yes woman around you, then you can't grow as a person.
Yeah.
You need somebody to say, nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
If you got a bunch of yes and they just, oh yeah, I like the that's hot. Or nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Or here's what you can do. You need people that's not just gonna be yes men.
Yeah.
You need somebody to tell you, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Something different. Nope, that ain't gonna work.
And a true friend is gonna challenge you to grow. Right? They're not gonna co-sign foolishness.
Right.
So if you're doing something, they may say, like we heard this week on the internet, stay toxic. Or if you're delusional, turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Like a real friend is going to challenge you on that. As staying toxic may not be the best thing. Or it's your 20, live it up. If you're in your 20s, just, have fun. But you staying toxic and having quote unquote fun, you may not live to see your 30s.
Right. Depending on what type of fun
Depending on what kind of fun you're talking about. Being delusional and you're turning up a notch. Like, that's bad advice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to just say something about that.
Yeah.
That's bad advice.
And that's the advice that's going out to the young people. Because I know what you're talking about. That was on the internet. That was on the gram, actually.
Yeah, they would a real friend would tell you to level up your life.
Yeah.
Okay? They would encourage you to start businesses. It goes back to, we go into support now. Like, a real friend is going to support you, challenge you to become better as a person, to grow in your character. They're not going to just make you stay where you were when they found you.
Absolutely.
They may like, no, Keela, that's not it.
Right.
Let's go. Did you read this book? Here's a book. Listen to this podcast. Or they may say, watch this. Something that's going to make you better. They will pray with you. They will tell you, hey, let's go to church together. Let's do this together. Let's do something that's mature so that you can be better at life. Become a better parent. Become a better spouse. Become a better coworker. Become a better employee. So a real friend is always going to make you level up your life.
Facts. That's big facts. I think another attribute of a real good friend would be someone who's trustworthy.
Yes.
A real friend is someone you can confide in without fear of betrayal. They are trustworthy and dependable in their actions and words, and they keep your secrets. You have to know who your
yes.
real friends are,
Yeah.
because if you have somebody that you're going to share your personal issues with, you need to know that, okay, this is my friend. I got an issue.
Yeah.
I could share it with this person, and they're not going to tell nobody, because you can't just tell everybody your business,
No.
because half of them don't care, and the other half is glad it's not them. I'm going to say it again. Half of them don't care, and the other half is glad it's not them. So you need real friends that you can trust around,
Yeah.
because you got to share sometime. You can't be holding on to stuff. You need someone that you can go to, you can cry, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody, especially when you're going through a storm. You're going through a storm, you need to be able to share, bro, this is what I'm going through, or hell's breaking loose. But here's the thing. For me, I want friends that's been through some stuff.
Yeah.
Don't give me the bushy friend that ain't been through nothing. No, because I might have a storm and I need to share with you. You can't share your storm with any and every old body, especially if they never had to hold up an umbrella.
Jesus.
They ain't never had to hold up no umbrella, so you can't share your storm with them. They can't relate. And when they can't relate, they're going to go tell. Yeah, you heard. Yeah, she. And then now they're looking at you funny.
And they can't relate. They're gonna judge you.
Exactly. Looking at you
Yeah.
side-eyed, like, really? You was doing that? You was popping pills? You was...
Yeah.
No, give me that person who got some,
Yeah.
they've been through some stuff, and they've come out and they're healed.
So a real friend is not gonna be judgmental either. As I said,
Right.
they're gonna pick you up. They're not gonna while you're down. They're not gonna kick you while you're down.
They're here to pick you up. That
They're
friend
going like,
got your
"Oh,
back.
girl, I can't believe you did that. Oh, girl, I can't believe you. Oh, girl, I can't." That's if you're drowning.
Yeah.
You need someone to reach their hand out and pick you up.
Pick you up.
Right?
That's a
not
good
kick
friend.
you like, yeah, get down, girl. Because they feel good in themselves too if they push you down. So if they're doing that to you, then you have to say to yourself, let's reevaluate some stuff. Because that may not be a friend. That might be a frenemy.
You know what? I say this. You want to do a friend test? People need to do a friend test.
Yeah.
Here's the friend test. On a Friday night, call your friend up. Whoever your friend is, think of somebody, get somebody in your mind right now. Get them in your mind, because you ain't really sure. Get them in your mind. Or even the person you think is your friend. Yeah, get that person in your mind right now. Call them up on a Friday night and call them and tell them, hey, bro, I'm moving tomorrow, Saturday morning.
No.
Saturday morning, I'm moving tomorrow morning. Can you come down and help me? If they start stuttering, tomorrow morning, wait a second. They start making up excuses. Well, I bought a puppy, right? Yeah, my dog, we got tryouts tomorrow for a puppy league. I got her in a new puppy little league, so I can't really, they start making up stuff, bro. I gotta mow the lawn tomorrow. Brother, you live in an apartment building. What you mean you mowing the lawn? Well, the super doesn't have, so I'm the only one in the building with the lawnmower. I bought it yesterday on sale at Costco. They was going on sale. It was the summer end sale, so I bought it.
No, wait. I gotta defend though. I gotta defend.
Oh, you that friend?
Yes.
You that friend?
Let's back it up because I'm a friend. I consider myself a good friend. But you have to give me advance notice about the moving. I'm sorry. You can't just spring it on me. It doesn't make me a bad friend, but you can't just spring it on me.
Listen, that's the friend
Moving
test.
takes mental preparation and energy.
A real one is gonna be there for you. Like,
Nah,
here's
bro.
what a real one would. How you moving tomorrow? All right, hold on a second. All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm there. What time? 8 o'clock? 7? I'm there.
So you're telling me, Christopher Williams,
Uh-huh.
that you, if Nate calls you today,
Shout out to Nate, by the way.
right? If Nate calls you today and says to
Yeah.
you, Chris, I'm moving to Hampton tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Come through. You're gonna get up, Christopher Eric Williams,
Here's the deal.
and move.
Nate helped me move, so I already owe him one. No, actually, I don't. Actually, technically, I did some photos for him. I took some pictures, and that was the deal. I took some headshots for him for his business, whatever. So technically, I don't owe him. But if he did call tomorrow, if he called tonight and asked me to if he called on Friday and said, hey, I'm moving tomorrow, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Lie, bro.
I would have to. A real friend would have to. I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay.
Now,
No. There's no
tomorrow morning, anything could happen overnight. Hey, I call him tomorrow morning. Hey, brother, look, I don't know. I got up this morning and my leg was missing. I don't know where my leg went. So, I can't help you. I will make up stuff. I
I don't
can't.
think that's a good test.
I can't.
For friendship, because you have to be mentally prepared. You gotta make sure you eat properly. You have enough fluids. You gotta be ready. You can't just get up and just move tomorrow.
I'll make up excuses, brother. I can't close my feet. I don't even know. my feet can't close. I don't know just like my fingers in my hands. I can't close my feet. My feet is stuck.
Note to the wise: do not call Chris last minute.
No, I'm
to
there.
move.
Depending on who it is. Like if a coworker call me, like, listen, I don't. Look, I'll tell. If a coworker call me, like, I don't really know you. Okay, do me a favor. Get off my line. No, it's different. So we got loyalty, right? Did we mention loyalty? That's a true friend that's going to stand by your side through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Right. So I think what's important too, just like knowing who's who, you have to cut people off who don't support you and speak negative over your endeavors. You want loyal people around you. You want people that's going to be on your side, man. I'm with you with this, man, through thick and thin. No matter what's going on with you. Oh, you ain't got no money. I'm there with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's loyal. Yeah. Loyal friends. You going through a storm. I'm there, bro. I'm here to help you.
When you're your lowest point.
Right.
That loyal friend is going to come through.
It's going to come through.
That's a friend that they call the ride or die.
Yeah.
A friend that, like you say, yo, this is jumping off, this is popping off. I need you. They're going to be there.
I'm thinking of a loyal friend right now.
I have a loyal
Friends.
Friend. Yeah.
Chris Sims.
Jessica Sims, bro.
Jessica Sims.
Yeah.
Ride or dies.
Yeah.
When we was going through our tough time, their house was like Walmart.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We need some extra oatmeal. You better come and go and get it. We need some ketchup. Well, come on over.
She was like, grab your bags, come on over, go in the pantry, see what you can find.
And guess what? When the storm was on top of them, and we was on the come up, when we came up, guess what? We had them right back. Yeah. That's what friends do. Yeah. Friends look out for each other. That's loyalty.
Yeah.
That's loyalty, man. And we have other people that we're not mentioning that was there for us too. There's so many. So many. I can't name everybody on this, but there's so many that was there that looked out for us. Another thing with loyalty with a friend, when you have a loyal friend, they're not going to try to sleep with your girl. They're not going to try to sleep with your husband. Females, males. I'm not going to try to sleep with your wife, brother. You are my brother. Like, she's off limits because my friendship is stronger. So if you bring her around me in my house, bro, she goes into sister zone. That's like sleeping with your sister. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I see it in my eyes. Growing up, that's how we if somebody was married, we didn't deal with you. You belong to somebody else. So that same attitude has to come into your friendship.
And even if the person is divorced,
wow,
you can't date your friend's ex-wife or ex-husband.
Yeah, exes are off limits.
It just creates a tension and a friction and an awkwardness that
off limits.
That's just it's off limits. It's just tacky.
You went out with oh yeah, I remember you. No, well, can't mess with you. No. So that's loyalty, man. That's what loyalty looks like right there. And I think another thing is just respect. Yeah. Like, even us as a couple, as friends, like, we are best friends. And that's what I love about our relationship, that if we get into an argument or, we have our little disagreements, right? You argue, I debate. We'll talk about that in another episode, that women like to argue, men debate.
The tomfoolery.
Right? But just I have a respect for you, regardless if we get mad at each other. I'm not calling you out your name. I'm not trying to disrespect you or your family.
Never hit below the belt.
Never.
Even in disagreements.
Even in a disagreement.
We understand each other's boundaries. We respect each other's boundaries.
Yes.
And a real friend will do that. They know your triggers, and they're going to respect that.
Right.
Being mad or being upset with a person is no excuse for you to hit below the belt.
Right.
You say something, and especially if they came to you in confidence because they're going through something and they share with you, and now you're upset, and now you use that as you weaponize what they told you. That, no.
That's wrong. Like, if I knew you was missing a toe, that's not the time to say.
You can't weaponize my
Yeah.
toe missing.
That's
I
why.
guess.
That's why you don't wear open-toed Crocs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the time. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Right, and disrespectful. So that's what true friendship looks like, man.
Yeah.
And I just believe that when you have a good friend, you have to cherish that friend.
Yes.
Like fellas don't say, I got some great friends. I have a friend. And I'm gonna shout out my boy Ant right now. My boy Ant. Check this out. We've never met.
No, that's true.
But he was through when Twitter was popping, right? That man one day, I was having my first child. He said, "Bro, what's your address?" And I'm like, okay, this is a robbery question. I know. I just met you on Twitter, brother. I know a robbery question when I hear it. You trying to rob me? He said, I want to send you something for the baby. Sent me for my son the Jordan outfit with the sneakers,
The socks and everything to match.
And I was like, yo, this is a...
Yeah.
And them days, I was still dealing with giving too. I didn't know how to give. And so I was just like, wow, off Twitter, this guy really reached out and we became friends. And so we joined other group chats. And it's been like
13 years.
13 years and we ain't met. Something wrong with that. We have to make a trip down to Georgia because he was in New York. He moved to Georgia. And so, yeah, we got to make a trip. But 13 years and we still in the group chats to this day on Telegram. And that's a good friend.
Yeah.
I've been going through stuff. He has gone through stuff. And we get on the phone and we share and we give each other godly counseling. Right? Because he's a believer, I'm a believer. And so we're able to help each other. Like, no, bro, this is what you need to do. No, brother, you was wrong. Yeah, you're going to have to go and fix that this way. Like, this is a friend.
Yeah.
Like, this is a friendship. If they call me right now and say, yo, Annie with us, I'm going to be messed up.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm going to be messed up. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real friend. And then we got my other brothers in the group chat, Switch. Big shout out to Switch. Big shout out to Jay. Jay is my Google. He's my Dominican Google. I go to him when I need advice on stocks and investments. I go, Jay, what should I do? Well, Papi, you got to see what the S&P is doing today. The S&P is going up, it's going down. Oh, my God, I don't like it like that, Papi. You're going to have to save your money and wait for another day. That's it. He's my Dominican Google. Jay, what should I do with this money? Papi, real estate right now is the interest rate. Oh my God, 7%, 8%. Oh my God, 11% is going too high. You're gonna have to wait a couple years, Papi. I don't know. Forget about it. I go send you a video. Dave Ramsey. I'll send you Dave Ramsey. You listen to him.
Disrespect.
That's my dude, though. And big shout to Jimmy out in LA.
Yeah.
Right? These are guys I talk to.
The 5
constantly.
guys, the 4 guys, the 5 guys?
Yeah, and they're part of a podcast called That's Not Christian. So if y'all want to check out a podcast, That's Not Christian. They're on the podcast every Monday. I think they go live on and they out there on Apple. So you can find them. That's Not Christian. But these are my brothers that I speak to daily. And we talk about God. We talk about being a better husband. We talk about money. Right now we got a challenge going on. And I'm tired. Because I'm trying to win in the challenge. And all of a sudden, these guys are motivational fitness gurus. One of them went up into the mountains. All of his hair, he had gray hair. All of a sudden, his hair is black and silk like Superman. He had a curl in the front. Now he's giving motivational speeches. Papi, you have to understand. All you have to do is give 1% today. That's it. 1% better than you was yesterday. I'm like, when you start being a motivational speaker? Right? But we're motivating each other.
Yeah.
This is having good friends to be
It goes back to say what I said, that a good friend is going to elevate you and challenge you to grow.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I want to say one more thing. If you were friends with someone and you're no longer friends, whatever they told you in confidence and in secret, once the friendship dissolves, that's not an opportunity for you to share that now to other people. Because at the time you were friends. So just a word of wisdom. If someone says to you, hey, I was going through XYZ, I know you're no longer friends years later, don't go spreading their business because that person trusted you in that moment.
Yeah.
So have some good character would say, no, let me just keep this.
Yeah.
It's not for me to share. It's not my story to tell.
Yeah.
If they want to tell their story, they will tell their story.
Yeah. Because if you become friends with that person again,
Oh yeah. But after that, you probably wouldn't.
probably won't.
Because they're gonna find out that you blabbed your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's it. I think that wraps it up. Do we have anything else
No, that was my last.
that could bring? So if you have friends out there, make sure you cherish your friends. And if you have people you haven't spoken to in a while, give them a call.
Yeah.
Let them know. Check on people. That's something you gotta do.
Absolutely.
Check on people because this loneliness thing is real. People are not happy where they are in life, but just check on someone. See how they're doing.
Send a text,
Something.
DM.
Right. And I'm
something.
talking to myself because I'm bad at that. I'm bad because right now I know I got to do better myself.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. So that's all we have for this episode. Make sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And hey, one quick favor. If you could rate and review our podcast, we would truly appreciate it. Your feedback means a lot to us. So thanks for listening once again and stay unignorant. We out.
See you later.
Because I know there's people from France listening, Jamaica, all over the world. And thank you for listening to my parents' podcast, and I'm obviously the main star.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks.